said, actually California and Los Angeles is almost like my second town. I spent a lot of time in Los Angeles and San Francisco. In this city, I have a lot of college, definitely including the MA, and also some college is also graduate from USC. He not mentioned the form name, but I would like to point out, it's big, the architecture office, RTKL. I work in, for them, OMA, and ask, what I needed to make speech here. Any interesting topic he can, propose. But answer is very, very straightforward. Just, project, a process, or experience. So I'm going to not make any statement. Things I'm still struggling for a lot of, when we're doing the architecture design. But I would like to, in order to, we talk to my experience in China, but I'm going to very quickly to talking about the city, which is I based on the Beijing. I'm surprised I saw a lot of Chinese today to join the lecture. It's not to watch the TV, to see the, big celebrator at this moment in Tiananmen Square. I think right now, I think you feel most of the people to celebrate, to review the troops, etc. This is the boundary of a medieval town. About in 1949, in 1949, the city boundary like this. The 60, the third road start show up, and also between the second and third, if you lot of social housing. The start from the early 90, the first road come out. Between the third and the fourth road, most of the private is became to the sixth road. So city growing is very extremely quickly. So I think this is the situation. But this photo taken by the German photographer about 100 years ago to shooting outside Beijing. Right, this is a city wall with beautiful landscape. The Beijing totally is a medieval city. But I would like to make contrast the two photos. Same place, Xizhimen is the big gate. It's a lot of treating people go when in and out from here to the Mongolia, making treating. But today you can see. City gate is gone, but instead of some, the bridge, but the between the outside of city and the inside of city still have looks like a gate. The city wall became the heavy traffic. The city, the CBD area. Look at this area. It doesn't make any difference with. Any city in the world, always downtown like this. So the architects, certainly became to the superstar, to show on all the, fashion magazine. The most of the place outside of, the town, the medieval town, is like this. Really proud. What we achieved in the last 20 years, but what we lost not only the most valuable, the heritage, but also we lost our culture. So architects start to, think about what is our identity or city supposed to be. I think this is almost every architect struggling to looking for the answer. Some of graduate from the United States, like UPenn, after they went back, they tried to make a practice, but eventually they fall into the trap of the traditional way. And also most of the architects that are not doing any practice, they start to join the watercolor painting. You know, when I was a student, I know the lot of architects actually graduate from the UPenn, like Yang Tingbao or Liang Sicheng. I think Qing Yunma is one of the representative of our generation. We still, struggling to find out, okay, what we're going to do that. So maybe two images I would like to show here is just want to indicate what's the inspiration we can get from this Chinese painting. For this painting, first of all, a lot of painting seem to me is not finished yet, but they leave a lot of space for the people's imagination. So all the painting, they try to demonstrate the sense of poetic feeling, beyond the physical, the structure. Even the Chinese garden, I think they have the similar approach. They not want to build too many or too much the painting or Chinese garden. Still want to show some abstract way to leave the room for the people. For the different people have different, imagination. I really love this guy. This is really tall, tallism. So he used ground with his paper. He used water with, is the ink. Whenever he, make a art, after he finished, everything is gone. So those phenomena actually give us a lot of inspiration. We even think about we probably need to create more the beautiful, or we call the poetic space, rather than revolutionary or very ambitious architecture in terms, have a strong industry or technology character. So this is our vision, the courtyard house, which is located the center of the Beijing. The surrounding, by this is a Peking University, which is, is the new Cultural Revolution star from this building. Hutong, the area. This is a very small the Hutong leading you to the gate. So this is the existing condition when we walk into the courtyard. So this very successful Chinese artist, probably tonight in Beijing he going to make another firework, since he made the firework for the opening, the ceremony of Olympic. Cai Guoqiang, he also made a solo exhibition in the Guggenheim Bilbao and Guggenheim New York. So when we start to think about how we're doing the renovation, we come out the interlaced idea, which is we try. So three building the form the two courtyard with one corridor. We give the three the character of three major building. This is the new building we think about. We can create the very futurism the character. This building is going to be for his studio. This building we think about, we learn something from Chinese painting. We want to make this interior space is more two-dimensional. It's like wide ceilings. But the third building we think about more three-dimensional. We exposure all the structure, the column, and also we create another additional layer for the little gallery with some skylight. And also two courtyard, we have the one front courtyard we keep the, a lot of landscape and tree, but the second courtyard for the meeting place. So this is the process. We explore a lot of things, typology. Compare those two, and this is an existing structure has been built in the early Cultural Revolution. The structure, even the column, they use brick to make in a very danger situation. We completely demolished this part, and also we introduced this brand new part. But the profile and the typology exactly the same with the existing structure. This we also the beautiful the visibility and also communicate with all the structure and also the front courtyard. But in the night or the most of the time, the building can be enclosed. Even in this situation, the building start to make a reflection. In order to reduce the massive, feeling, we made this surface is soft to look at the courtyard. So this is the second building I just mentioned. We only to introduce the brand new window system. Keep the old frame of the like floor or the frame of the door. The rest of which make purely white, more like painting. But most of the situation, we not to refurnish and also recoding courtyard. We're not doing very much. And also this is a corridor, the surrounding, beautiful the landscape. So this image also showing the idea. The courtyard house have a lot of advantage compared to the new housing. They have very strong the sense of we call it poetic, existing condition. And then after we made a renovation, all the brick we make mark, we replaced. So the new window system, and also we made some the heating or the water system for the toilet, for the kitchen. So the third building, we exposure the structure. And also we create another additional layer, the floor, and also existing column, and also some very old structure. So made this space is really I think word we call the Chinese, etc. So you right after you get inside this room, you can see so many layers, and also very traditional the texture. This is new, and also column is old. Even they have the big size of the city wall brick, and also there's some very normal little brick, the red brick, and also new concrete. So overall, the wall start to make a very rich combination. This is starting room. This is his bedroom. Since he asked me to design some furniture for him, but we never got time. But he just brought some key. So this is since this project is located center of the city, surrounding by the traditional courtyard neighborhood. So first of all, we try to preserve the old structure as much as possible. Secondly, we clear to making some new building, but between old and new, we think about we can create some interlaced situation. So second one is more he made a lot of the painting or sculpture. This is his work, just one face, very single. Things the pressure of the timing, since I always travel, after I come back from the Austria, almost meet deadline only 1 week, so we just take it easy. We just based on our, one stone I pick up from the site, we just convert this rock into the museum. So this is the stone, and then a lot of people start to the brainstorming. Okay, this is quite same way for the situation when we work on design. It's a lot of designers just like this, struggling every day, and they look at something, sounds like they got answer. Okay, good answer. And then we put on the side. So this is our design. Sometimes we feel we make some and also return to the nature. So the overall, the building, we capture the very natural, the character, but at the same moment, we think about, this is more like a spaceship. Even the landscape design, we quite take it easy. We not create anything. We just keep the record of this water level change became to our landscaping down. Okay, this is the interior. Another one is we back the city again, the center of the city. We have another renovation, which is the hotel. So this is the existing structure, has been built, I think, early of the 70s, which is a government office building. We think about we can to introduce something, the courtyard house, and also after we making a lot of courtyards, this building no longer isolate anymore. They start to transparency, start to make dialogue with the very traditional courtyard neighborhood. So this is a courtyard in the air. We think this is the space is very deep. We cut a lot of courtyard into the dispute. They said, okay, you're not qualified for that since you're not making model. We said our model is gone. Actually, we made by eyes. So this is our conceptual model. This is our the drawing for our idea. And also we developed in some material which is recycling from the fabric glass. So in order to achieve the translucent the curtain. Also to point out some situation in China, we make a lot of effort or a lot of extra effort to making this building good, but eventually we really upside things in the last moment. A lot of things was changed by our client. Our clients sometimes they really enjoying about the process, which is very bad. Things they think they can be the architects. So they start to make a lot of ideas still there, but just a lot of quality is gone. The lighting we create, courtyard, the inside room, toilet. This is what I love to see. Just beyond the window, we can looking down the forbidden city and also to looking down the our traditional neighborhood. This building, after we finish this building, we feel structure, and also we try very hard to urban planning people to accept it's not traditional architecture. since most of this area, as long as you want to build some building, you has to be almost like traditional, or they never prove your design. So another one, we have to go a little bit far away to the Abu Dhabi. They want to create a lot of the museum, the Guggenheim Museum, Hungary work on that. The Louvre Museum, Jean Nouvel, the Zaha performance, I think performance center, Tadoando is a marine museum. But along the canal, the Timor Pavilion is going to be great, and also I think this side is for the Greek Lin. This is our side, and also few side invite different architects. I think this is like a basically it's desert, nothing here. So we really hard to get some reference. But when we went to the site, things site extremely hot. I never been. And also when we went to the old town, we realized most of housing really crowded together in order to providing the shade. So our idea just making the building flow the exhibition pavilion. So the structure we made like a X shell structure system. So once again, roof became to the the second layer of the ground. In this area, the summer is hot, but the winter is quite cold. So in the winter, people can enjoy the sunshine, but the summer, people can stay underneath of this building. So this is a roof terrace, not a single color, a major exhibition space. And also we can convert the art exhibition quickly into the commercial use, like car show or fashion show. This is our model to showing our study. So once again, we back to the China, the Hangzhou, located in the south part of China. This side also similar, the Yue Minjun Art Museum, surrounding by the beautiful. So one story would like to talking about. This design actually is not my design. Actually, it's my son. He picked up the leaf things. He asked me what I'm doing, why so a little bit nervous. I said, okay, deadline is close, very close to the time. He said, okay, this maybe can be the museum. So we just borrow this idea, make these things happen. The building is quite the soft, but we not use very vernacular or traditional material or traditional the method to build the natural building. But in other words, we introduced a very contemporary material and approach, but the form of the building somehow to promote from the nature. And okay, this is another museum. Since in the last few years we work on a lot of museum, but actually only few has been built or right now is under construction. This is another museum located in suburbia of Beijing. They want to create some the totally the purely contemporary art, the museum. So once again, our idea is think about we can borrow in order to create a lot of the possibility for the artist work. So we start to making a lot of terrace. People can work on the roof. You can have a lot of communication, the place, and also you can have a lot of place providing for the people to communicate. So this is our the set plan. So I think right now this project, their investor is the insurance company. So I think maybe this only stay on our drawing. To keep looking at the identity of drawing, actually this is we made a lot of rendering, use the same people, but one day our website to receive the one notice from this guy. He said, hey, I need a copyright since you always use me to make it rendering for the exhibition. We also abstract, this building form or interior space more like a cocoon. The most of the exhibition space underneath the earth, but only the lobby and the communication or major exhibition above the ground. So we really enjoy the process, but we don't know what's the final to offsite. But hopefully it's going to be coming good. We work on another museum in 2007, which is Guggenheim Museum, Beijing. After Guggenheim Foundation, they found out some very interesting the building side, which is here, very close to the Forbidden City. They want to borrow the power of the traditional, the Chinese architecture to combine with currents together to visit this site. In the site, I talked to him. I will, think about some system, wire light system. Most of the structure can be produced in the factory in order to is not interrupt traditional the place and the siting. So this is our design. Most of our structure can be producing, we not attach the wall, attach the ground. So providing the minimalism and also almost invisible the quality of the design. So this is actually in order to making big space, we not enough space to make the courtyard. But after our design come out, the most of people feel very exciting. Since we think about the volume for the interior is 9 meters tall for the major contemporary space. Design museum, maybe I just quick to go through this. This is also like rock. This one under construction right now. So this is a museum, most of going to be the industry design and the conceptual car exhibition or fashion show. This is located in Shenzhen. So once again, those guys start to show up or rendering out very unique or special or different strategy. Compare with surrounding building. Since this building, the surrounding by the swimming center and the stadium center, which is very decoration oriented. It's a lot of detail, beautiful material, the translucent it's really the solution. This is our realized building. The one side totally transparent to facing the Olympic Park with some LED panel. We invite the American artists to create from New York to create very interesting the big media the arts. During the night you can see the artist work. But one side, we to indicate this building very simple and straightforward to make huge contrast with like a stadium center or swimming pool. So this is the west facade. Inside of west facade is the machine like a database for the control center. So we can use solid facade against the sun. But when we're facing east, we use transparent glass to catch up the sun and also catch up house. Three sides surrounding by the solid wall. Only one side is transparent to the courtyard. Really massive. I was interviewed by the BBC, and they point out some common talking about this architecture. They said this is more like I don't know, they call it nationalism. If the high tech or information architecture have common the character, which is use a lot of metal, glass, very light, very detailing, but our building very simple, the natural material with a lot of the water or the break. During the night, I think we have very interesting to indicate this is an information building. The inside, once again, we apply our for the exhibition space for the high technology devices. Another pavilion, we won the competition for the Siemens pavilion. We just also like make joking for them. Our concept just like tornado or universe. So I think it's very easy or design is quite straightforward. This is more like a bubble. We use the supporting, concrete, it's some concrete ramp. The inside of space, just like people go through, we have a lot of projection surrounding to go through the experience. This is this kind of material. After they infused air, they became much stronger, and also they